Welcome to the My City, My Game pod show featuring Raider J77, your place for all things Raiders and all things Trailblazers. Brought to you by the Spotlight Sports Network. Make sure you like, subscribe, and hit the bell for notifications. Now let's go. What's good, Raider Nation? This is your boy, Raider J77, man. I appreciate you guys coming through and checking out this video. I've got an awesome video here for you. I want to go over some of the transactions and the injuries, injury reports, some of the rumors, and not so much the rumors, but the reports coming out of Raider Nation from John Gruden and some other individuals. So, yeah, definitely appreciate you jumping in here. If this is your first time checking out one of my videos here on the My City, My Game channel, definitely make sure if you like it, subscribe, hit the like button, hit the notification button for notifications, because I want to make sure that you're up to date with all of what is coming out from the My City, My Game station. Also, make sure you go hit up the Spotlight Sports Network channel and subscribe to that channel. We are working on getting to 1,000 subscribers. I myself am working on getting to 200 subscribers on this channel. So again, if you do like this channel, if you like what I got to say, definitely make sure you share it with your friends and family, share it with the rest of Raider Nation. This is a show or a channel and a show mostly geared towards the Raiders football, Trailblazers basketball, but also in addition to that, just NFL in general, man. So it's real 100%, just straight off the cuff, man. I don't really sugarcoat anything. I speak the truth. Sometimes I'm mad at the team. Sometimes I'm not. Just giving it to you like it is, man. So that's what I'm all about. Anyhow, so let's go ahead and get on to what we got for the news and the notes, some of the injury reports and stuff like that of the day. And then I'm also going to talk a little bit about like just a few things that we need to establish to make sure that we beat the Chargers, which is a divisional game coming up here on Sunday. So first and foremost, as far as transactions are concerned, so we have defensive tackle Daniel Ross has been returned to the practice squad. We signed defensive end, it's either Jerry Green to the practice squad, released defensive end Breland Speaks from the practice squad, and then returned defensive end Chris Smith back to the practice squad. So first and foremost, a lot of people were kind of, surprised about returning Chris Smith back to the practice squad. He had a really good game against the Kansas City Chiefs. He did have a sack in that. But quite honestly, let me pull up his stats here real quick. Quite honestly, in 2 games that he played, he had 3 tackles and 1 sack. And I think really most of those tackles were just in that one game with Kansas City. So he's more of a guy they're going to be developing and working. He's obviously not he's not brand new to this league, but there's somebody they're just going to be kind of bringing in that's probably backup in case, somebody goes down, that sort of thing. I don't think he's going to be a regular rotation guy. So I'm not too terribly concerned with that. The signing of Jerry, hold on, let me pull up his stats. Jerry Green. So he hasn't actually seen a snap in the NFL since he's gotten drafted back in 2019. Had a pretty decent career in college. He looks like he had 50 total in college of 4 years. He had 59 solo tackles for a total of 160 because he had 101 assisted tackles, 8.5 sacks, 3 interceptions, 1 for a touchdown, 6 passes defensed, 2 fumble recoveries, and 3 forced fumbles. So he had a pretty decent college career. This will be interesting to see, how they develop him. Like, again, he hasn't taken 1 NFL snap since he's gotten into the NFL. He was drafted by the Colts, but just hasn't seen the field yet. So they're going to bring him in. Hopefully that's, going to be some addition to this pass rush, which I'll talk a little bit more about coming up when I'm talking about kind of my keys to winning this Chargers game next week. Also heard reports that from John Gruden as well as others that Damon Arnette, it looks like he's pretty close to being back. I think he's supposedly eligible to return to practice tomorrow. He was with the team today at practice, although he didn't get on the field, but he was doing some stretching and some other activities and things like that he was allowed to do. But tomorrow he's back. He's activated back to practice. They're really, really confident about him being able to get back out on the field, hopefully by Sunday against the Chargers. That's the hope anyway, but of course it's a day-to-day thing. They're going to see how he practices, see how he does, but he will be activated back and cleared to practice as of tomorrow. And we really need him back, and here's why. So looking at his stats, he's played a total of 3 games, and in those 3 games, he's gotten 13 total tackles, 11 of those solo tackles. So that's really good. And then 1 pass defense. So he definitely is a difference maker when it comes to tackling. But really what I like is the solo tackles. I mean, 11 solo tackles out of the 13. So he's a go-getter. He's got that energy. John Gruden talks about him. He's got that energy to really get out and get in there and like he's just a dog on the field. And that shows right here, in those 11 solo tackles out of 13 total tackles. But in addition to that, I looked at the stats, and the record with him being on the field, the Raiders are 2-1. So they've won 2 games and lost 1 game out of the 3 games that he has played. Since then, they've gone 2-2. So they've actually lost more games without Damon Arnette than they have with him. And so that to me, small sample size, shows that he's definitely a difference maker on the field, and we are a better team with him. So I'm looking forward to getting him back. Also, there are reports that Trent Brown is back with the team. He's back healthy. He didn't do a lot of practicing today. They're trying to, take it slow with him. John Gruden was really not trying to say too much, but I do have, and let me pull it up here. I do have a little bit of insight from somebody who goes by the name of David Chow. They call him the Pro Football Doc. And he is with the Silver and Black Today Show. He said he didn't see any reason, based on the incident in Cleveland, Trent Brown wouldn't be able to play on Sunday in Los Angeles. So that sounds like there's no reason why he shouldn't play against the Chargers in LA this Sunday. So definitely looking forward to having Trent Brown back, our starting right tackle. He is a difference maker on the field. Absolutely want to see him on the field. That's all I've ever wanted, was to see Trent Brown play, because he definitely is a dog. He helps us win in the trenches. So hopefully, all goes well. We will get both of those guys back. Richie Incognito has not been at practice. They won't really say anything about him. I haven't heard anything about him as far as, where he's at or what's going on with him. He's still nursing that Achilles injury. So it could be a while before he's back, but we don't really know. All we know right now is that it's really, really a really good chance we're going to get Trent Brown back. It's a good chance. It's a possibility to get Damon Arnette back. He has been cleared to get back to practice. So those are just some of the injuries and things I wanted to, and transactions that have gone over the last 5 days or so. I wanted to get in and let you guys know about. Now, so I want to talk about this game real quick, real brief. We're going to do on the Spotlight Raiders Talk, we're going to do our game preview on Friday at 4:30 p.m. So make sure you go and check that out. Come here. We're going to stream it here on my channel, but it's also going to be on the Spotlight Raiders Talk. So we will be doing that show this Friday at 4:30 Pacific Standard Time. Check that out. But I just wanted to talk a couple of things real quick. Keys to winning this game with the Chargers. Now, looking at the Chargers statistically, one thing that we should be able to do with this against this team is establish the run. With our run game, Josh Jacobs, Booker, that two-headed monster, we definitely should be able to establish a good run game. They have allowed a total of 786 total rushing yards. Now, I'm not a mathematician, but I did do the math on this, and that's averaging about 112 yards per game. So over 100 yards of rushing per game. This should definitely be a time where we could establish the run against this team. they're averaging, or they're allowing an average of 4.7 yards per carry against opposing backs. We need to establish the run. We need to go to Josh Jacobs early and often, get him established, and then what you can do, especially given this defense, and especially given the type of offense that we have, we should be able to establish those play actions, things like that, and really pass against this team. They're allowing an average of 6.8 yards per pass, 100. Their completions out of 273 attempts from opposing offenses, they've allowed 175 completions. That's over 50%. That's over 50%, somewhere in the 60 percentile range. So we definitely can pass against this team as well. So establish the run and then start slinging the rock. And if we can get those two things going, and our defense, we can keep our defense off of the field, that is going to go a long way with a lot of the adjustments that were made. John Gruden even said it in his press conference earlier today. They were asking about that, and he said one of the biggest contributing factors to our success defensively against the Cleveland Browns was the fact that we were able to, keep the offense on the field, control the clock, and give the defense a break. Because these guys are going 100 miles an hour. They're reacting to what's being thrown at them, and so we need to keep them off the field and give them a time to breathe, relax, and recharge before they have to come out on the field and really grind to keep this offense from, and this Justin Herbert character who's coming out of nowhere, out of college, this Oregon character. I knew about him because I'm from Oregon, but a lot of people, weren't really sure what was going to happen with him. He was on the lower end of the top QB tier when he was coming out of college. But yeah, so we got to stop Justin Herbert. And another thing that we have to do is keep the pedal to the metal, no matter what, because the Chargers are susceptible to blowing a lead. They will go, and if they take a lead, they'll blow it. So even when we get behind, we have got to keep the pedal to the metal, keep doing what's working, and keep grinding, and we can get back into that game. If we get down early, we can get back into the game. But it's going to take everybody to really make sure that they don't give up, they don't turn it in, they don't fold, when the pressure comes on, because the likelihood of it coming on is pretty good. I mean, this is definitely not a terrible Chargers team. This is a good Chargers team. It's just they have a few different things, a few areas that they're susceptible, and we can exploit that. Establish the run, establish the play action, start throwing overhead, stretch the field, all that good stuff. We'll have Ruggs. Not sure we're going to have Edwards. I haven't heard anything about him being reactivated, so probably not going to have Bryan Edwards, but Nelson Agholor, Henry Ruggs, a lot of good guys that can do that, Third and Renfro, all those guys. We can definitely win this game. So those are my keys to the game coming up Sunday against the Chargers. So again, I appreciate you guys being here. If you have not already, make sure that you like, subscribe, hit the notification button for all the notifications coming from the My City My Game channel. I appreciate each and every one of you. I hope you really like this video. I've got more insight coming. I've got a series coming called The Education of Autumn. And so what that's going to be is I'm going to be teaching my daughter all about the history of the Raiders. So make sure that you check that out. That I'm going to be dropping that first episode next week. So make sure that you hit that notification button so you know what's coming. I appreciate you guys. And as always, just win, baby. Welcome to the My City My Game pod show featuring Raider J77, your place for all things Raiders and all things Trailblazers. Brought to you by the Spotlight Sports Network. Make sure you like, subscribe, and hit the bell for notifications. Now let's go.